Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Bring the world!
Welcome into the most electrifying, entertaining hour of your week right here. Let me tell you something, brother. Brought to you live from, that's good if I could read the cue card. Somebody turn them over, would you? We're having trouble already. Live from Tom's Production Studios. If you can think it, he can ink it. Put your name on just about anything. Look what he did for Slim Jim. I'm just saying. www.tomsproductions.com. Hey, tonight, Elimination who? What? Chamber? What?
Sold out.
Sold out.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about every seat in the arena.
S-O-U-L-E.
Welcome in,
and there
guys.
goes our viewer.
Yeah.
They didn't like my joke.
Wah, wah, wah.
They must have been Korean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay.
All right. So, yes, last night was the Elimination Chamber held in Toronto. The same arena, I believe they said, as WrestleMania 18, which is kind of weird. They said, like, with the setup, they had, 38,000, 39,000. I think they said in a post-show press conference. Like, WrestleMania had, 60-something thousand.
Yeah.
So they're saying, like, the way how it was configured.
Of course.
But still, I'm like, where's those other 30,000 seats? So my guess is probably half of it was blacked off.
Yeah.
For the camera angle.
Well, it's like straightaway center field had to put a green screen back there so you could see the pitch coming.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So let's get into. We're not going to go into the biggest talked about part of it. We'll go as the timeline went with the Elimination Chamber. So the very first match was the female Elimination Chamber matchup featuring Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Naomi, Alexis Bliss, Liv Morgan, and my personal favorite, Bianca. As Sarah says, Daddy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
I have 3 bullet points. I mean, if we're going to get into it.
Let's get into it. So the match opens up with Naomi and Liv.
Yep. Now, first off, why was the matches throughout the night? Why was it a whole yin and yang kind of combination? Like the women, there was 3 females that were wearing white outfits, 3 wearing colored. You had that also the same thing in the Nia Jax match. Like it was just
Trish Stratus match with
fine.
Nia. Get it right.
Okay.
All right, see, we got 2 more viewers now.
There we go. See.
Well, like say was very much. Say your name.
Trish Stratus.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Meow. Looks good. 49.
Let the puppies go. They're plastic puppies.
I don't give a shit. She looks good.
It's like a freaking. I can go take you to the Walmart toy aisle and go get you the plastic.
No,
puppies.
yeah. I mean, look at other women celebrities that have done that. Let's look at Charlotte Flair.
She looks fake.
Yeah,
she looks
that's
bad.
clone.
She looks melted.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, wow.
Oh, Macho Man.
Macho and Brock both
Plastic people.
Hey, the ghost does not like that.
No, it's been acting weird today. I've been hearing lots of weird noises throughout the building. I don't know what's going on, but something is
Sergeant
brewing.
Jimmy.
No, I mean, I know first off, noticed that it was just very strange that I noticed that Naomi and Bianca were wearing like they always do. They always match somehow. But
they've been doing that lately.
Interesting, that there was just a really almost Undertaker, Shawn Michaels kind of WrestleMania kind of aura where it was like good versus evil. And it was weird to me though how they played it out with the events of the women's elimination chamber. where, I mean, you haven't touched on it yet, but we had a surprise appearance.
So it started out with Liv and Naomi starting the match. And then as soon as they're about ready to begin the match, someone's theme music hit, who was Bianca Belair's previous partner, coming out, Jay Cargill. They set up to make you think that she was going to hit Liv, and then just went in full-on annihilation of Naomi.
No.
Well, Bianca's locked up in her chamber, screaming, panicking, like, what's going on? Can't do anything.
Now, two things I think they kind of dropped the ball on that. One, I feel like they should not have hit her music.
No.
She should have also come out in street clothes, not her ring attire.
Right.
Like, she was fully ready to go, and I feel like if you were going to do that, she should have replaced Naomi in the match.
Right.
Because, like, clearly she was ready to go. She was in ring attire, you know. She was also wearing not white. She was wearing black, you know, so you had that. You could have had a real nice moment at the end.
Bad person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, she looks really bad covered in blood, too, in that Instagram post. But that's one woman I don't want to ever step to.
Nope.
But it's just, it was a
she
very
got the smack it down on your candy. Yeah.
Not more than SmackDown. But, yes, you got that kind of involvement, and then kind of, to me, the match really went nowhere.
So yeah, I mean, that's where it was like, what irritated me was where you have Bianca overreacting, I guess, panicking with the whole Naomi situation, but then goes on to win the match.
Yeah.
After them dropping their belts on Raw to Liv and Raquel. But it's just like, it makes no sense for her to be put into the main event against Rhea at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because you now shot yourself in the foot. Same thing that you did later on, but you shot yourself in the foot to have your Bianca and Jade match.
Right. And that's where it's like, that's what you were setting up for. And it's like, well, we don't want people to be thinking that's going to be too predictable, so we're going to squash it. I'm like, that's a match for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like, that was just, they dropped the ball on that. I think either Roxanne or Alexis should have won. And if Alexis won, I think that they could have done a storyline with the Wyatt Six now interfering and going after Rhea.
With her trying to go back to the judgment or something. Yeah. I think that would have made more sense.
That would have been your money grab storyline that makes sense and open up for other characters. So it's like, I don't know, again, if it's a move by Triple H where like he's getting the backlash of people of color not getting pushes, and especially with what he's been doing with Bianca for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Since he's taking control, it's like, okay, I'm going to put Bianca in a title match to shut some people up.
You know, I mean,
don't roll your eyes at me. You know that's true.
No, very true. It is true. What I don't understand, though, I don't understand why she is the one from NXT. I was
Roxanne.
I always want to say Raquel, and then that's the other one. Why is she getting such a big push and she's still down on the NXT roster?
She is Shawn Michaels' favorite pet project.
Fine. Then bring her up, though.
Right.
Like, she's in the Rumble. She made a good move in the Rumble. She made a lot of airtime on the Rumble. She's now in Elimination Chamber, which is the follow-up pay-per-view or premium live event. Sorry.
Someone's testy right now.
Yeah.
I hate that they go to that premium live event term, but it's like you're giving her such a push, and then it's like you don't really see her on everyday episodes of the weekly show unless you go to CW, which is NXT, which is stupid, in my opinion. See, even people like that comment. So we got hearts on it.
Well, one of it's my mom, so.
It's beautiful that your mom has a heart on for us.
Yes, and the first time I didn't get a message what time my show is.
Yeah, that's good.
Maybe she set up her alert notification.
Maybe. Who knows? So, I mean, yeah, they were part with the Women's Elimination Chamber. I mean, it's a lot of them, like watching them set up their moves. It's getting tiresome now as a fan. It's like they should be. I mean, this is the elite level of pro wrestling. They should just know it's not back to NXT or kind of like the independent scenes where it's like it should just flow.
Yeah.
And not be the major setup for certain stuff. All right. Anything else with the women's match?
When are they going to make Bianca cut her hair?
As long as she is a face, no.
Like,
But you did enjoy her like getting thrown in a cage with that.
I
That,
mean,
that
I
was
thought-
that was clever.
I thought it was clever. I thought it was humorous, but I mean, she clearly whipped
Liv.
I mean, and that was, I don't know if that was sound effects.
No, that was
like, I would love to hear that, like, from a fan.
well, it's
phone
the
or something.
microphones on the ring.
Yeah, but it just picked that whip up
Right.
loud.
And yeah, the welt that she had across her stomach. And
Yeah.
drew blood from it.
I don't know. I was talking, you know, people that I was talking to, and I was like, the women's matches lately haven't really done much for me.
Ever since Stephanie left.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, with her there, you had the whole push of the revolution. This is going to be, you know, something special. And then after that pay-per-view, and you kind of dropped the ball again. It's like,
Right.
okay, the spotlight's off of it. Now we're going to push them back to the under.
Because they don't have the marquee name in Ronda Rousey anymore. And then it's hard for them to create the stars when pretty much almost most of the women look the same, wrestle the same style. Like there's no uniqueness.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where Jade comes out, where she's different
Yeah,
and a powerhouse, but still green in the ring.
very stiff, yeah.
All right. The next match, which I was kind of shocked, is they did back-to-back women's matches.
Mhm.
So you had Trish Stratus returning to tag team with
Well,
Tiffany
she had to put her
Stratton.
kids to bed. So that was the whole thing. She had to go on
Yeah.
second.
That's probably true. But yeah, so it's her 25th year anniversary, hometown Toronto, teamed up with Tiffany.
Mhm.
You go against Nia Jax
had
and
the
Candice
beautiful
LeRae.
maple leaf outfit.
Yes, that was a very stunning
Mhm.
attire. I mean,
I know Trish or Tiffany.
well, both.
Yes.
I felt. Ever watch Bad Santa?
Yeah.
I felt like Billy Bob Thornton eating a corn dog on the bench. Cross my leg and just enjoy the show.
Enjoy
Yeah.
the show.
For me, I mean, this was probably the most predictable match of the night. You knew that they're going to have Trish and Tiffany win to get over, show Tiffany's still the powerhouse, kind of. Trish, of course, in her hometown. They usually do that for the women, let them win in their hometown.
Yeah.
Usually the men, that's the big FU. We're not going to let you win. To me, though, it's like this was just kind of a wasted match.
Mhm.
I would rather had Trish versus Tiffy. I don't know. To me, Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, they're pretty much turned to flip the channel when they're on. And she only gets the push because she's The Rock's cousin.
Yeah. My big thing with this match was it was very predictable, as you said, but Tiffany was the how do I say this? Let me sure it's not me. Okay.
That was me.
Okay. Her punches, like when she's standing and doing her punches look very light. They don't look strong. But when she's moving, her punches, her attacks look very like on point. They look like they're gonna hurt, but like I don't know, it's just weird. Her first couple hits are always just like that's really not gonna do any damage.
Right.
I
do find it fine where her and Jacob Fatu have like the same finishing move.
Yeah. But there was a couple botches in that match. I mean, one, the pin that Trish had with the moonsault off of the second rope. Like if you did the count, it was it was a 1-2. It was almost a 4.25 count, and it was just like super delayed to get her to get the moon drop off.
And also like the referee like forgot to count.
Yeah.
It's like I'm pinning her. Like, where's the count?
Yeah, it's like when I saw that, I was like, okay, are they gonna go and kind of do a change and give that angle of like, well, no, that was a 3 count, it was delayed. But then it was just after that, it was all Tiffany and Stratton. It was just kind of done.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of shocked they didn't do that match right before the men's chamber match.
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably done Sammy and KO before that match. But what do we know? So speaking of that, so the next match was the Sammy KO match.
The unsanctioned.
The unsanctioned match, where I think we all knew that we were going to have the return of Randy Orton at some point.
Mhm.
in this match. I thought it was going to be during the match and just be a no contest.
Yeah.
Or KO would win, but then Orton will come out. What caught me, or what I found funny in this match, was the whole barbed wire chair, and Kevin Owens goes face first into it and no blood.
Yeah.
like, how do you not have any blood with barbed wire involved?
Yeah.
0.
Well,
Right.
they wanted to save it for the roller. So my thing with that is before the Raw and Netflix deal, Triple H goes to a Travis Scott concert, presents him with a hardcore title. You never see the hardcore title on TV.
Right.
And maybe the Netflix premiere, I think, was like the only time it showed up. I don't think it did.
Mm-mm.
Well, then you have this match.
Right.
So my question is, this was an unsanctioned match, so there's no liability on the WWE. Fine.
Mm.
But was this the opening for the hardcore division?
It could be.
Because again, as we'll talk about later, the belt makes an appearance.
Right.
So it's like, are you kind of long teasing this?
Well, like The Rock and Triple H say, they're planning for the long term.
Yeah, but like
Plant the
this,
seeds.
I feel like if this part of it doesn't get great views, you can kind of squash it. It's not a big deal. But if this part gets a lot of views, you could be like, oh, here's the hardcore people that want. This is what we're going to bring back. Now we have the title already there. I felt like this was kind of that opening, but I think I agree with you. I feel like you went with the barbed wire. There wasn't anything there. I was really shocked on the lack of blood in this.
Right. I mean, you're probably expecting this to be more likely the match of the night with their history as Kevin Steen and El Generico from the Ring of Honor days, independent scene, always being involved with each other. Kind of shocked in a way that it wasn't a WrestleMania match with their history of main event to WrestleMania together and how they've main evented WrestleMania the last few years, where KO went against Stone Cold, Sammy went against Johnny Knoxville, and like I said before, later tag teamed up to beat the Usos to start the dissection of the bloodline, I guess you could say. To me, like with this match too, like with the return of Randy Orton, did the punt to Kevin's head to return the banned move. So Kevin's got the pile driver, Orton's got the punt. Now it's going to set up their match for WrestleMania, where we'll probably have Sammy out until then.
Guest referee.
I don't know if they'll allow that because it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, well, they both. I mean, again, Sammy's had that whole interaction with KO to where I could see them possibly playing it off, but we'll see.
We'll see. Anything else from that match?
No, I mean, Randy Orton came back, and yeah, that was
Still looks swell. Still looks good.
Oh, still looks great.
Yeah.
Looks like a beast. All right, next match was the men's Elimination Chamber match,
Womp, womp.
where we had Damian Priest, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and the man that shall be nameless. Rolling your eyes again.
He has many names, so you can't say he's nameless.
Pepsi
You name him
Boy.
like 30 different things.
What I love about the picture up there is it looks like a bunch of guys and their grandpa. Cena,
A family
well. Yeah,
generational photo.
right,
Grandpa and his grandkids.
right. He did not look good.
No, but I mean, yeah. So this match, it started out with who was the first one in the ring?
Logan
No,
Paul's
Logan
first
was
one
in-
in.
First one was in the cage, right?
Wasn't it Drew and Seth?
I think it may have been Drew and Seth. It was when Priest came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Logan was in the cage drawing to Drake, who they did not want to mention there.
So I've seen many clips of them showing him on the Jumbotron, and a lot of people yelling his diss track.
I think
Even in Toronto.
I think it would have been funny if they would have made some more like wrestlers say something, or like when Logan's drawing in his pod, draw something.
Yeah.
But not like us or whatever,
Yeah.
or say his name.
You know, I mean, you had Seth coming out looking like a mixture between Ivan Ooze from the 90s Power Rangers movie and Master Shredder from the early 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Like,
you want to like him, but I just can't when he does that.
No.
It's just...
We've said it all. I mean, the whole ring attire lately is just comical.
Yeah.
Lately.
He looked like an oven mitt on SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean,
they're trying to go too much video gamey garbage, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said in the last show, let that be in the community of the 2K series. Like, let them do it. Like, you don't got to bring it up, or if you're gonna bring it up, make it to where it's, you know, oh, this design was inspired by creator, blah 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 blah, and leave it at that. But the match had some highlights to me, but not a lot.
No.
I mean,
pretty much it was them trying to set up for the WrestleMania Road to WrestleMania program. So, like, in the match, even before, like, I mean, on SmackDown Friday, you had them all out in the ring except for Cena, all trash talking or whatever, where Damian Priest got the lowest reaction, like no crowd response whatsoever. I mean, he did make a good line to Drew, but it's like the audience didn't respond to it at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there was internet reports where like Drew was unhappy about a spot in the WrestleMania card where he's going to have to go one-on-one with Priest. After everything he did last year, he believes he deserves a bigger spot. But they pretty much set up where it's going to be him and Priest at WrestleMania, with Drew being the first elimination.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely played off. I mean, Damian is the Temu version of The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they played that.
They did the camera shots.
They did everything they could to try to make him have that. Even, you know, Damian taking his move, you know,
walking the ropes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a Hurricane Rana off there.
Yeah. I mean, the one standout in that with those 6 guys is Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it hurts me to say this because, like, I thought he was just going to be a flash in the pan kind of guy. He's showing that he actually cares about the industry. And I mean, he's, I think, turning fans around. Not a fan of Prime, not a fan of...
We've had that banned for basketball.
We have. But that's all it is for him. But he's putting on some good matches in my mind. Not match of the year quality matches, but like he has some spots in most of the matches that he's in where it's like, oh, okay. He's
picking up pretty quick then. Yeah. I mean, like we said, 2 years ago on a show where it's like Dirty Dom, before he was Dirty Dom, like send him down to NXT because like Logan picked it up right away and Dom still hasn't got it.
Yeah, he's horrible.
You know, but Logan Paul, I mean, had the move with Damian where he literally took up who you consider as a heavyweight,
right?
You know, and just with no effort, just boom, dropped him right on the mat. Like, it was impressive. Like,
safely too.
Yeah, safely. Exactly.
Did it right. Yeah.
And again, he was also another one that went up to the top of the cage, you know, top of the pod, jumped off, and it looked safe.
Oh, it looks like Alex has a fan.
I know, right? Oh, do I really? Nice. Oh, Chris. So this is a family friend from many years ago who actually got me into wrestling.
Oh.
So
did I say thank you or
well, I don't know.
Chris, you should be on the show.
Chris is, I don't know where Chris is living now. I think Texas, I believe. But Chris and my brother bought me WrestleMania 2000 for the N64.
Nice.
So
wrestling connection.
There you go. But yeah, I was actually shocked with Logan's appearance there. I will say there's a couple notes on here for Pepsi Boy. I know you hate that I give him any praise on this show, but
just mute my headphones, Kent.
Yeah.
My bathroom break.
But did he?
Oh, you got another one.
Yeah.
Man, this is the Alex hour.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now you're getting the chicas.
Yeah. So
you're not going to say hi to your chica?
Oh, I ain't gonna see I'm not looking. I'm reading my notes here. So
you can't put her on hold. You got to say hi to her first.
Thanks.
Try and get you out of the doghouse, man.
There's many times I'm in there. But we actually got a Pepsi Boy slap on TV. It wasn't even a punch. It was an open hand slap to Logan Paul.
The revenge slap.
Yeah.
No, Megan was saying hi to you as well, Tom.
Hey. Hi, Megan. Thanks for saying hi.
Tom won't ignore you.
Uh-oh. You're saying hi to me, not Alex. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Someone's in the doghouse. Be nice to him.
That's funny.
But yeah, I didn't really. You knew John Cena was going to win it, so
right?
They didn't have much.
What, you knew that?
Yeah, I just for some reason, just how they were booking things, just kind of signs were there.
I was shocked that that he won.
You clearly don't listen to the most electrifying podcast for wrestling.
And was he the last one in?
Second to last.
Second to last, and that's what we said too, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
he wouldn't be last.
Pepsi Boy ran out of gas already.
Yeah,
I mean, it was them too. I'm sure.
Well, I would say funny though is like during their, I don't know if you caught it during their match where Pepsi Boy's chamber cage, the light kept falling down.
No.
Oh, you missed it?
No.
So that you could just see. I don't know if McAfee or Cole even referenced it, but it's like where all I could think of is Ken saying like how he looks like an electrician and all.
Light keeps
middle-aged electrician, and there he is like fixing the light. Because like whenever they slam someone in his chamber cage, like the light would just come down. And he goes, picks it up and tries to stick it back up.
The only thing that bothered me about him being the last person out was every person, Seth, Drew, Logan, even all had things with him while he was in the pod.
Right.
And it was just like, you're literally turning your back on all the other performers. Like, just wait till he gets in there, or he should have been the second person in.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's still the bad blood between him and Drew. Or it's like, just get me out of there before he gets in.
Mm-hmm.
And where like Seth could be more, I'd say, professional about it. Because like, yeah, Seth has always been the yes man to whatever WWE asks of him.
Yeah.
And same thing again, where it's like he constantly gets, I don't know, abused for what he's good at.
Yeah.
I mean, I will give him credit. I'm not a big fan of his, but like he puts in the work, makes most of the matches watchable and interesting, even though you get annoyed with his voice and attire. But
you did have the blow up though, where again, him and John Cena, you've been gone for a long time. Right. His ass is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of Mortal Kombat references this like last month with them.
And that's where it's like I was expecting more Roman to come out to interfere with Seth, costing Seth. But now they made it look like there's going to be a feud with Seth and Pepsi Boy to be the main event. What are you smirking about? You texting over. Oh, Alex said hi. Hi, Alex. Multitasking.
Hey, welcome to the show, Alex.
Welcome to the show.
Already?
No, I'm not board hosting. I just want to make sure you get the love too. That's all.
Glad you're here. Good.
Trying to take care of my host.
Our 3 viewers, 1, 2, and all right. So I mean, where Seth goes and does a curb stomp to Pepsi Boy, Cena gets him in the STFU. Weirdest STFU and facial expressions by both men is just awkward. Cena gets the win then, but then it sets up Seth and the Weenus, as you call him, for WrestleMania.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then anything else with that match? Or
I mean, it's just an ongoing thing after that. I mean, cage lifts. John Cena has his
moment. So cage lifts. Yeah, Cena. Crowds cheering because Cena's going to WrestleMania. Now we're going to have Peacemaker versus the Boys. WrestleMania matchup. Triple H said in his post-show conference that they're planning on doing the Cody Rocks segment midway through the show. And then he changed it, but didn't let anyone else know why.
Rock changed it?
No, Triple H changed it.
Because he's the cerebral.
So, and then in the Rock's post conference said that it's only him and Triple H and I think Nick know what's going on. Maybe Brian Gerwitz too.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like those 3 or 4 are the only ones that know what's going on because Like they even said, like in a post-show conference, they are purposely leaking out false scripts, false leaks. Like I think it was Friday night they were leaked out that Drew was winning it.
Yeah.
And try and make that narrative to make sense, but it's like,
well, then you have it where with the last appearance, was it on SmackDown with The Rock? He posted 30 minutes before the show, the Rolex in the ring. And then that was when he did the whole segment of like, I want your soul.
right.
And everyone
Where it sounded like he was drunk.
Yeah, where everyone was like, okay, what is this? And now fast forward to this pay-per-view or premium live event.
Where they kind of try to fix what they can.
Yeah, exactly. Well, where you have
damage control.
John Cena. I mean, if you want to just
go to the next one.
Go to the next one here. So final year, you have John Cena turn heel.
So it starts with Cody comes out to congratulate Cena,
wearing all black, by the way.
Wearing all black, giving high fives to the fans or whatever, and then after they say their congratulations to each other, then you have the Rock's music hit, and then Travis Scott,
and then you had the Rock come out with honky tonks pants on.
Hold on, I haven't known about this, Ken.
Yeah,
he's an Elvis fan.
The Rock looked like one of the characters in Blazing Saddles. That's exactly. I couldn't think of the character's name, but the sheriff. Yes. So true. I was like, what's this movie? Even Hayden goes. He's like, oh, The Rock comes out, and Travis Scott comes out with him again, showing the hardcore title.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden, you see the back, and you just see bedazzled on the top, The Rock. Like,
I know,
really. Now, I'm sure those are actual diamonds, by the way. I mean, I'm sure The Rock's not just using bedazzling.
Yeah. His daughter isn't just bedazzling that.
No.
He's got enough money.
Yeah.
But these are also the same pants that he wore at WrestleMania when he did that whole thing, too. Yeah. So, I don't know why he needs flared out pants.
I'm not quite sure either.
Well, that's his tribute to Elvis.
Okay.
He's a big Elvis fan. It's pretty much what he says he did it. Does that whenever he wears Elvis, it's tribute to Elvis.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean Elvis, from Canada.
Yeah.
So then, then
the Polynesian. I mean, I can see the ties to Elvis, and now we're going to Vegas. So,
right.
Okay.
So then, so The Rock comes out with Travis Scott, which I don't know why he was there. It wasn't needed at all. Like
Fortnite OG, man. Just saying.
I guess the new skins are coming out soon.
Hey, just so you know, Tom, so you can tell Josh this, his skin will not be back in Fortnite ever because of the lawsuits with the concert.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay. Anyways, so
reach a new demographic here, Tom.
I'm not hip with them. All right, so The Rock then goes and says to Cody, "What's your answer?" Pretty much, and Cody's like, "I pretty much The Rock. I think it is definitely the first time." I believe since here we go, Bret Hart, the F word has been
32 minutes 52 seconds
has been announced on live television. Because I think the last time believe the last time was almost it was a 97 20. Where are we at now?
I gotta get like a confetti cannon every time.
Pink and black.
Pink and black.
So yeah, about 28 years ago, like this week or whatever, is when they had the In Your House Fatal 4-Way where Bret won that to win the championship after Shawn Michaels lost a smile. And then next night on Raw, lost it to Psycho Sid by interference from Stone Cold. And then went out on a massive tirade about how this is bullshit, effing bullshit, and all this other stuff. So, he told The Rock to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
And you thought John Cena do his little hip,
drop the F-bomb too.
Right.
Swing. I liked the final segment. I don't really care that John Cena turned heel. Like I would.
You knew it was happening with him in the ring.
Yeah.
You knew Cody was saying no because of the way how they set up for SmackDown and everything else.
Yeah. Which made it very predictable.
Right.
But it was just one of those things.
Well, they shocked everyone with it, though.
Yeah. Now, I could have seen it, as we've talked about before, where, Pepsi Boy would have been the one that came back out and attacked John Cena and Cody, kind of doing that sellout angle. But
that's what I would have done because it would have been both make him the hypocrite.
Yeah.
He also said he's coming back for the money. He also said he'd stab Cody in the face.
Yeah, that would have made much better sense.
And it's also a big FU to AEW.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This kind of just, to me, you give John that heel turn that everyone's always kind of been clamoring for.
But wanted years ago.
Oh, exactly.
Not
But again,
when he's fading off to the sunset.
so my thing, I have a couple points on this. One point just being, is this again trying to do a iteration of the NWO? Like, because again, you had it when John fought Bray Wyatt. You kind of had hints of, because everyone wanted the heel turn then,
Right.
where you had John Cena kind of playing the Hollywood Hulk Hogan kind of music, and in the match did the NWO wearing the black. Now to have this picture here where, I mean, okay, I can see them doing it, that kind of angle, but Travis Scott, why were you there?
Right.
That I don't get.
I saw pictures of like Dennis Rodman is what they're trying to relate it to, but still.
I mean, I will say,
take attention off Drake.
Travis Scott slapped
the shit out
of Cody. Cody, that was not you selling. That was you taking a slap hard.
Or the bloodier face from a Rolex watch than a barbed wire chair.
You know what? But I'm interested to see how Cody looks Friday or Monday.
More likely it'll probably be Friday.
You think they'll wait? I with it being a Netflix, you don't think that they would try to, because this whole week of shows is going to be the
The Rock
30 minutes.
Said in the post show that Cena is flying back to Africa to finish shooting a movie.
Okay.
And we probably won't see him until the European tour, which is, I believe, like St. Patrick's Day that week.
Okay.
So he'll be gone at least the next 2.5 weeks.
Do you think we get an actual true solo singles match with Cody and Cena at WrestleMania? Or do we get the whole thing we got last year where we're going to have multiple nights, multiple events? Because I feel like right now, the way this is kind of setting up is Cody's going to get a tag team partner, either in Pepsi Boy, and then Pepsi Boy is going to turn on him night one, or you're going to get Randy. Just because Randy and Cena have to have another match here soon. I just feel like this cannot last longer. This has to go past WrestleMania, this feud.
The way I would book it currently is I'd have Cena overthrow Cody.
At WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania, get the championship.
Which is April.
2 months from now. Have him hold it till SummerSlam. You always make more money with the face chasing than holding the belt. So that'd be the draw to like put pressure on Cody to get his rematch. Where Rock puts other obstacles in his way, maybe like a new member of the Illuminati or whatever they want to call their new organization. It almost felt like P. Diddy vibes with what they were going there. I was hoping someone would chant baby oil or throw baby oil out in the ring.
Or is it after Cena wins at WrestleMania, Rock comes out and then Cena goes face again and beats up The Rock, and then that's your SummerSlam. He and The Rock.
Well, I don't really see. I know The Rock made the comments that he wants the title. He wants the championship. He wants that. I could see them doing that. I could see them going more, though, also, as we've said on previous shows, Randy versus Cena. Because, again, Cena's not going to live out this year as a champ. Like,
he's not holding it all
It's bad for business. I mean, I know he says it's best for business, but it's bad for business because
it would have been best for him to win as a face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Him doing this, it's making the whole beating Ric Flair's record cheap. I mean, it sells the storyline, but still,
it's the whole thing in movies where, again, you got the injured player coming back for the final 5 yards, and hey, everyone just hands him the ball and lets him kind of get into the end zone.
Right, but we've also seen time and time again, decades and decades, that the fans start loving the heel.
Well, and I think this is going to backfire on Cody because, like, our generation especially has been waiting for Cena to turn heel since his Thugonomic days.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, I think they're actually going to start cheering him more Because I mean, when you look at the crowd reaction, Toronto has always been known as a heel town.
Yeah.
Where they would always root for the bad guys no matter what. So I mean, Cena had an awesome reaction from turning on Cody.
Yeah.
And we may see now the reverse effect of our generation rooting for Cena when we were previously booing him and rooting for whoever he was wrestling. Because now Cody's the new Superman Cena.
Yeah.
The Cody Cray baby, Gen Z.
Cena's got to get into a tanning booth. Just
Definitely.
and do something with that hair.
And he's hanging out with Sheamus.
Just get rid of the hair. I don't.
So, like, the big reason why you may ask why is WWE doing this is look at their latest Netflix ratings.
That's great.
This is since they moved to Netflix. They do weekly numbers, so I don't have last week's numbers yet. But I mean, look at that big drop off. They're almost at half.
Now, is this okay? So,
That's for the week through 7 days. It's been on.
Little
So the
less
time
than
the time it was live through
so that
the following Monday.
So the week of the February 17th, they had 2.8 million views.
Views for the entire week.
Okay.
for the week.
That's for the week.
I understand the week.
The week, not that night.
So without commercials.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
All the people waiting for it
So
to
it's
go.
at half. It's under half.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that's where it's like, why did they do this? Well, their WrestleMania tickets are slowing down. The whole Jey Uso winning Royal Rumble did not go as they planned.
Yep.
And that's where I think they dropped the ball. They should have had Cena win the Rumble and not necessarily go after Cody, probably go after Gunther or Joe Hendry from TNA.
Yeah.
And keep him the face for the year because this is way too late for the heel turn.
Yeah.
And use someone else, either Drew McIntyre or Pepsi Boy. I mean, even Seth, like use someone else that would benefit more and make sense.
The reason I asked the question about the tag team type or having an actual solo match is because I just feel like TKO is concerned about Cody running a singles match on WrestleMania. Like he can't carry it, he can't whatever, because if you notice in the last 3
He's had,
years,
6 title defenses since he's won the belt.
you know, and it's all been kind of bullshit circumstances
And same match style.
Yeah. So, like, are you concerned that Cody can't do it? Like from a business
I think from
standpoint?
them right now with WrestleMania, they need Cena banking on his final WrestleMania match. So already know that's going to be a main event of night 2, more likely. I still think it'll probably be Jey Uso and Gunther the main event night 1. So everyone's eating at the end of the night, eating in Vegas.
Yeah, and then you'll see Jimmy and Jay at the nightclub
Right.
eating all over the,
So
dancers at the nightclub.
but I mean, and that's where it's like their booking for this is so ass backwards.
Yeah.
Like we said before, like I would have done either Cody versus Pepsi Boy. I would have done numerous other storylines. They're desperate for. I think Dave Meltzer's report saying that The Rock wasn't going to be at WrestleMania. We're not competing or not even being there. Where now it's like, no, screw you. Like for leaking that information, I'm going to be there and change it up. And when Rock shows up, Triple H has to change everything he's doing.
Yeah. With The Rock dropping, if it's a no, the dream dies once again. Is this a reference to, of course, the American Dream? Or is this a reference to a new persona so that Cody could finally drop the face look and sell new merch and have a new...
Well, we can get into that in a later slide about lawsuits.
Okay.
So, and that would probably answer your question.
Okay.
All right. Anything more from this? Or
What would you give the final show? Like,
Oh yeah.
final show? I mean, for the most part, I was entertained with it. It was long, or longer than the previous shows have been.
I didn't like that they went right into the press conference either.
Yeah.
Right? Because with Peacock, I couldn't watch it right away.
Right.
So like I was like, okay, once the show's over, I wait like 15 minutes, it gets put up,
Yeah.
and then during the post conference, it will be up and you can replay it. because they went right into the post conference, you could not watch it right away. You had to wait. It didn't become available until like 11:30 our time. And I was just like, okay, F that. I'll watch it today. I'll watch it tomorrow. So
because I couldn't even find it on Peacock today. I just watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, so with Peacock now, it's weird because you have to search under the WWE slides.
Okay.
And then, because on their homepage, they will show it, but it's the kickoff show first. And then that episode ends. And then it's like, oh, you would also like. And then it shows the actual main thing. But yeah, so sorry, the grade, what would you give it? You were entertained.
I'd say C+, B-.
I gave it a B-. I gave the final segment, the after segment, I gave that a B+. I was more entertained with that than I was.
And that's what's bad for them is that was the best part of the night.
Yep.
You should have had it with KO and Sammy and like just not having blood in the match when it should have been blood or someone being completely knocked out.
I mean, again, I feel like they also got Cody up on his feet, and when they showed him walking out, like the whole headlines was Wade Barrett and
he was crying on his way back.
Well, Wade Barrett and
Cole.
Michael Cole helped him out, and then they showed the video, and it's like they're like 3 feet apart. Like there was no like selling it, and like for someone to say that they sold their soul to these fans, like, you would know like that should have been like. You like limped over. You should have been like, you know, holding your face and like selling that you literally just got annihilated. Because this is again, rinse and repeat of when The Rock did this to him in the parking lot last year.
And if you notice that last year when he did it, who was in the background on the trailer? John Cena.
Oh, you could go. There's been.
And you got the hand gesture too from Bad Blood where he does that.
Yep.
So now they're saying now what's 2 mean? Does that mean he's got 2 more guys coming in?
Fatu.
Or is it Scissor Me Daddy-O?
Hey.
All right, Ken, are we doing a game today or no?
I mean, we can, but if you got a lot of slides, so
well, those ones are just like
okay.
Those are firepowers.
Yeah.
All right, you ready? Press the button.
Hold on, I got to try to get this here.
Doesn't work.
That's what she said.
If anyone wants to sponsor a touchscreen so we can actually play this game the right way, feel free. Times Productions.
Okay, let's try this.
All right, fade it out.
All right,
hard stop.
And a hard cut. All right, so with everything we've just been talking about, there's no best of, worst of. It's just the worst or the stupidest reason for a heel turn in WWE history.
What, the Big Show when he went back and forth?
Oh my God, that was one of them for sure, right? Oh yeah, just brutal.
Well, it just does not make any sense.
Yeah, it makes zero sense.
I mean, there's just been. I don't know if you would call them heel turns, but the whole like corporate, like back in the 90s with like under like where Vince
corporate ministry, and
like
Austin,
that was just always just so weird.
The Austin one was odd.
Yeah. The stupidest one for me was Mick Foley saying Edge was more hardcore. I'm like, what? I mean, the man who's lost teeth, I mean,
lost an ear,
and you're like, Edge? No, that was to me the stupidest one ever.
I mean, they do stuff. I mean, because it's all one take,
right?
It may sound good in the back room or while you're talking, and then all of a sudden you go out there and the audience isn't vibing, and kind of what the hell are you thinking thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where it's like, because I think before you got here, Kent was like saying like how it was like the biggest heel turn of all time.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Is what they're saying, and like when you look at WWE, it's like, okay, maybe. I mean, I could argue Sergeant Slaughter because he was the big American, and then going to Iraq. I mean, but for WWE, like because Hogan was in WCW when he did his. If Vince was still involved, there's no way Cena would ever have been a bad guy. And
I also want to know if Cena, like, if he ever really pitched it. Because, I mean, like, there was times where, like, I think Cena had enough power
yeah,
to where if he
I
pitched
think
it,
they said 2012 he wanted to, and they were
Yeah.
about ready to do it.
I mean, but again, also injuries of yourself or the opponent can always, mess with that. So
Right.
that's definitely where it gets hard.
Well, what is his role in the movie that he's doing?
I have no idea what this
So
is.
I wonder if if they're playing into that too.
When we get the next slide up, I will
All right.
that.
Yeah, so that's the game. The game wasn't best of worst of.
It was
Just
silly.
I just the stupidest ones. And Big Show was ridiculous for sure. What about
Right.
Lacey? What's her name? Because she lost a singing contest as well, or whatever. You don't remember that one?
No.
Yeah, that was
Wait, Lacey. Oh, Lacey Evans.
yeah, Evans.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. That's it. Yeah,
Here's another one where it's like they had no idea what to do with her
nothing.
character.
Nothing to do.
All right.
Anyway, that's the game,
What's
folks.
so funny about her, and there's a couple other ones where, like, there was that time where WWE was trying to get the, speaking of lawsuits, 'cause I think that's where we're going with next, was the whole, if you're doing things outside of our demographic, we want a cut of it.
Yeah.
And that tried to stop the whole adult
Right.
OnlyFans kind of thing.
OnlyFans.
Well, Lacey Evans had one.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and she made
And Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose
Big
is
bucks.
still making big bucks
Right.
off of that. But Lacey had one as well, and so did Karrion Cross's wife.
Oh, Scarlett.
Scarlett. She had one too.
yeah.
And it was just that's what they were making a lot of money off of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're going to get away from the new Break a Wish Foundation characters.
That's right.
I wonder how those kids felt after last night. Yeah, pre-show, you see Cena making
Right.
those wishes, and now after show, like, how did you go back and say anything to them? All right, so let's get into where the best wrestle, which I would say is true because there you get wrestling matches. It's not so much the promos.
Yeah.
This week has been kind of a mediocre week for them. Used way too much of the FTR on Wednesday and Saturday. I think last night they should have just done on Collision, people that don't get a lot of camera time, give them the time to see what hits. Because
Yeah.
no one's really going to be watching you with a premium live event going on with WWE. They're setting up the whole He-Man versus MJF segment. I don't know if you caught it, where MJF allegedly knocked out Christopher Daniels, made him a bloody pulp.
Boy, I missed
And the camera goes and cuts, and you see Christopher Daniels punching himself. And then it's knocked out.
Yeah.
It's like they had a great segment, then they do that camera cut. It's like, why do you not have it pre-recorded and
Right.
edited? Like,
Oh,
you go and you see his hand up here, then all of a sudden he goes down. Like, so it's, I don't know if he was blading himself probably. And
yeah,
then,
look.
so, I mean, that was probably the bad part, a little part of AEW besides some botches here and there. Setting up Swerve versus Ricochet. The bad part also was Copeland single-handedly knocking out the Death Riders by himself. No help whatsoever, pretty much annihilating that whole bunch. Osprey had kind of a meaningless match. They put Harley Cameron over Deanna Purrazzo. Orange Cassidy versus Takesha was a very fun main event. I would say go back and watch that one. On Collision, though, you had FTR against the Undisputed again, where
Orange is pretty good wrestler.
I enjoy his style.
Yeah,
It's unique.
yeah.
And then, so FTR versus Undisputed tag team match where FTR won, but the guy's foot was on the rope, so they restarted the match per FTR's request, and then it went like an hour 10 minutes. It was a good match. It was very long. And then Undisputed ended up winning that. Garcia and Cole was another match of the night. That was good. And then you had the Infantry come out and interfere in their match. Wheeler Yuta versus Unknown, where that match was way too long. And I think Wheeler Yuta is pretty much done. I don't think anyone gives a crap about him. You had Swerve versus Chris Collins. That match was just way too long. Swerve should just annihilated him. The shock of the night was Queen Aminetta beating Julia Hart. Julia Hart's been like Tony Khan's golden girl for years. Clean victory for her. And then the main event, which didn't make any sense, was Powerhouse Hobbs, Bandito over the Learning Tree tag team without Jericho. So with AEW, not much, not missing much this week. It seems like weeks when there's a premium live event,
They dial it
they
back.
kind of dial back, and then next week when it will probably be better when they have Revolution next Sunday, they'll have a better Collision and Dynamite.
Check it out on Max
that.
Plus.
So your big thing with AEW news was the meeting with Tony Khan and Shane O'Mac back in July, August.
Mm-hmm.
So new details emerged about the whole meeting of where Shane wanted to buy in and take control pretty much of AEW.
You want like 51% or whatever.
Something like that, but create a power. And then Tony Khan never responded. Ghosted him.
Now,
Oof.
it's funny that they went with this angle the same time frame that, or I don't know who did it first, I don't know. But you also in the same week have Bianca Belair and Jade come out and say that Jade has ghosted Bianca.
Yeah.
I thought it was just very interesting. Like you have this headline and then you follow it up like with the WWE.
They go and copy and everything else. So
can't really quick to answer your question. John Cena's is the most recent one that's coming out is called Matchbox, which is about Matchbox cars, which is not filmed in Africa. So I don't think
that's the last one from Royal Rumble.
Okay.
That was pre-Royal Rumble. It's a new one.
The Jameson Directive, which is in pre-production right now. And then Head of State is in post-productions right now. And then Coyote versus Acme, which is a Warner Brothers movie that has been on the cutting room floor for a couple of years.
It's been done, and there's a big law or issue with that where Will Forte has been pushing to get that one out because it's allegedly a great movie.
Yeah.
But Warner Brothers just want to take the financial cut, tax break.
Who was I was just watching someone's interview with Brendan Fraser, and he was talking about like the new Batgirl movie was supposed to be like, phenomenal.
They cut it.
They cut it.
It's done. According to what this interview was, it's done. It's ready to go out. They just won't release it.
Right, because they get more money, I guess.
Anyway.
All right, other news. Hooters. So our buddy Enzo Amore has a great idea. Last week it was announced that Hooters is going bankrupt. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you had the experience of going there in your high school years to watch pay-per-views. You buy some wings and wing. You buy chicken wings and Mountain Dew, and every teenage boy was pretty much at Hooters on Sunday night for a WWE pay-per-view. So here's some former Hooters girls. You got the Bella Twins, Liv Morgan, and Chelsea Green. Enzo's idea is that TKO should buy the bankrupt Hooters, which is their Atlanta franchise, not the Florida-based one. The Florida and Chicago are independent.
Okay.
Those ones are doing well. It's the Atlanta base and the nationwide franchises that are doing bad.
Tom knows
bankruptcy.
Tom knows all the information about the Florida.
So that is his idea. I am fully on board with that. And now we're going to get into the lawsuits of why you're mentioning Cody Rhodes. So he is currently in a lawsuit with, what's this guy's name? Wesley Ewald.
Yeah.
He owns American Nightmare name.
Yeah. It's a band.
It's a band. Yeah. So the issue right now, it's $900,000 in damages is what he's looking for. Because what's supposed to be happening is the American Nightmare has to be 75% smaller than Cody's name or symbol.
Okay.
So I've deal with that with like real estate people I printed for where both images have to be like 50-50, their logo and their logo. So he's upset because that's getting his band confused with Cody Rhodes. And I also believe allegedly that it's supposed to be the American Nightmare for Cody.
Right.
And when they just have American Nightmare, that's where it's
the band's name is American Nightmare.
American Nightmare. And that's where you can see right now it's on sale for $10 at the shop.
Reduced. It's reduced.
It was originally
right. And then we got Sunny here. Her DUI case has been settled, civil.
She looks horrible.
She does. Yeah. $30,000 to the family. She still has her sentencing did not get reduced.
I mean, that prison food's doing her good.
Another 14
she's eating somebody else's tray, I think.
Probably.
And then it's always Taco Tuesday.
Okay. Ryan Namath announced that he has a lawsuit against the man that shall be nameless and Tony Khan and AEW for wrongful termination, breach of contract, and physical abuse.
Yeah.
So we will see how that turns out. There's been
Hold
no
on.
comment from.
All right. Let's touch on that one. Physical abuse in pro wrestling.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
He is also Dolph Ziggler's little brother, for those that do not know.
They look identical.
They do.
This one bothers me. The American Nightmare one bothers me. Just because, like, again, I understand the band was there first, if I recall, but like they
Right.
haven't been. They're not like from the 90s. They're from like the 2000s, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But they properly trademarked their stuff.
Yeah, they did.
So I mean,
No, I get it. I mean, in legal black and white, it's black and white, exactly that. But you're telling me this isn't helping you at all? Like, I mean, like Spotify is a prime example of it. Like, there's times where I'll be searching something. Oh, you may like this person, or like I'll be looking up a theme song for the kids, and all of a sudden I get to a band that's I've never heard. I'm like, oh, I kind of like this.
You know how many listens you got to get $900,000.
Yeah. I mean, again, I mean, my thing is if
it could be them being like completely like overwhelmed with like little kids' emails or messages of like, hey Cody, can you send me this, or blah blah blah. It's like, and them taking up the time to
Make
like,
a wish.
no.
Here's their new email. We're not Cody Rhodes
Right.
at Gmail. I mean, the Sunny one, I never was a fan of her anyway, even back in the day.
We ran out of time. We'll have more stuff to come next show. Next show we'll go into the Sports Illustrated 10 greatest women wrestlers.
Yeah, you got to do the that doesn't work for me, brother.
Oh, we got to go to that one.
You can't leave that one out.
Can't leave that.
Well, I didn't know if you're going to give me overtime.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Let's
go.
All right. So yes, we'll do the 10 greatest women wrestlers next time.
Okay.
We'll end on that doesn't work for me, brother.
Okay.
So Kent, you want to go first?
Yeah, mine is, we talked about it in the green room, is the whole "I want your soul" thing from The Rock, the whole setup for this heel turn, and it just was yuck. I was like, stupid,
queasy.
Yeah, it was stupid.
But what did she say?
She says, but the Hooters never had Hooters.
No,
that's true. They had tight little shorts with nylons.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a lawsuit. There was a lawsuit that when they originated, they did all have Hooters, and then there was a lawsuit that it was not hiring practices were bad. They were discriminatory because they didn't allow they allowed the bone. They didn't allow the boneless wings, if I could say that.
Bonerless wings.
I mean, their food was never even really
not good at all.
I don't know. For me, it was like I don't know if it was just my stomach changed over time, but I remember going to junior high school, like it was edible. And then like college, post-college, ate there again, like threw up on the way home.
Yeah, no, that's the way the food always was.
Okay. So maybe as I got older, digestive tract. But a funny story about Hooters is my brother actually went to go apply for a job there and then did not realize that it was only for women to work as waitresses. So then he went next door to Olive Garden.
Good.
Which one?
Career choice. Yeah,
the man of God.
You know what? Mama Odell, I probably would have respected his more religious beliefs.
So great.
He worked at Hooters.
So great. I love it.
All right, Tom, what's yours? What's not working for you?
What's not working for me is the lack of common sense for this WrestleMania buildup.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just like they're trying to go like this should stick, this doesn't stick. They just got to hire us to be the writers.
They brought Road Dogg back,
and he's not doing great.
I'm upset with Paul. Paul is not. I don't think is doing a good job. I think
recycling old stuff, and I think part of it's also he feels tied by The Rock.
Yeah,
where it's like he has to use Nia for stuff, and
I bring Shane O'Mac back. I always like Shane O'Mac.
I would do that. I mean, that's why I think AEW dropped the ball. Not just bring it in as
well. I mean, here's my thing is, and what's not working for me right now is just like there's a clear divide and there's a clear like problem with creative.
Yeah,
and again, all the reports right now are he brought Road Dogg back again. That's a Paul Levesque guy. You know, you have Shawn Michaels at NXT, Paul Levesque guy.
Yeah.
Everyone that's there,
It's all part of the clique.
it's all part of the clip,
Yeah.
and it's showing.
Yeah, it is.
You don't need to show that.
I can't read what she said.
I'll tell you about it later.
Well, I don't know. That's a nice Valentine's. That's nice. A little date night. It's better,
Pregnant again?
better than take.
Congratulations.
Yeah, better than taking your pregnant wife to
All right.
tilted killed on
So-
Valentine's Day.
I didn't know. Congratulations, Megan.
That's a
Boy or girl?
Really gonna tell me to talk
yeah,
about
number. What is that for you? Number 19? Well, my God, man.
Oh,
Gee,
Brian's
Family
not-
show,
Brian's
family
not
show.
calling me back.
family show.
had some cold nights. It was.
Anyway, so the story behind that date is
Look how red he is.
it was me, Megan, Aiden.
Hey,
Aiden was,
Hey, you know what Megan said? That ain't working for her, brother.
it was Adrian was maybe one or between 1 and 2. She was pregnant with Aliana. We went there because I honestly didn't know what it was. People were talking about it at work.
Yeah.
Twin Peaks was not Hooters, not really known
Right.
or whatever. And we went there, and sure enough, you walk in and you're.
She said tilted kilt. Who'd you take to Twin Peaks?
She misspoke.
Oh.
It's not Tilted Kilt. So it's Twin Peaks, and
Where did you go to tilted kilt?
you go.
When she was pregnant. Hey.
And the story that she always tells people is she felt very embarrassed, but Adrian loved it. Adrian was staring at all the girls while they walked by. So my son had a great time. Megan not so, but she did enjoy their billionaire bacon, so she can chew on that bacon all she wants.
All right. What's not working for you?
That counts.
That counts. Oh, you're knocking out all my fingers. All right. So that's all the time we have.
It's time to go.
It's time to go. See you in 2 weeks. Thank you for tuning in to Let Me Tell You Something, Brother, by Tom's Production Studio here in Johnsburg.
If you can think it.
I'll ink
He
it.
can
Oh,
ink
Brock
it.
fell down again.